Hey friend, let me ask you something. What if some of the best financial advice you could ever get isn't in a modern self-help book, but in a 2,000-year-old text? It's no secret. Life can get overwhelming. Bills pile up, savings seem impossible, and sometimes it feels like we're stuck in a cycle. But what if ancient wisdom could help us change that? Today, let's have a chat about timeless financial lessons from the Bible. These are practical, down-to-earth principles that don't just help you manage money, but guide you to live with integrity, generosity, and faith. I'll walk you through 12 life-changing ideas, and I promise, they're easier to apply than you might think. Lesson 1. Be a good steward. You know, in Matthew 25:14-30, there's this story about a master who gave his servants some talents that's money in biblical terms. The ones who invested and managed it well were praised, but the one who buried his money out of fear, he got called out. The message? Don't waste what you've been given. Think about your resources, your income, time, and skills. Are you using them wisely? Start simple. Create a budget. Know what comes in and goes out each month. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. I've started asking myself, am I managing my money in a way that reflects what I value most? It's a great question to keep in mind. Lesson 2. Avoid debt. It can feel like carrying a backpack full of rocks everywhere you go. Proverbs 22:7 says, "The borrower is slave to the lender." It's a tough reminder that debt limits our freedom. I'm not saying debt is always avoidable. Life happens. But if we can, let's try to pause before swiping that card. Ask, is this something I really need? If you're already in debt, start small. Pick one thing to pay off and build from there. Lesson 3. Save for the future. Proverbs 6:6-8 gives a shout out to ants. Yeah, ants. It says, consider the ant. It stores its provisions in summer. If those tiny creatures can plan ahead, so can we. Building an emergency fund can feel overwhelming, but here's the trick. Start small. Even saving a few dollars a week adds up. And it's not just about the money, it's about creating peace of mind for future you. Lesson 4. Generosity and giving. Let's talk about generosity. 2 Corinthians 9:7 says, God loves a cheerful giver. Giving isn't just about money, it's about having a heart that says, I want to help. Generosity doesn't have to be grand gestures. It could be as simple as buying a coffee for a friend or supporting a local charity. Set aside a small portion of your income specifically for giving and watch how it transforms your mindset. Here's what I've found. The more I give, the more grateful I feel. It's like a cycle of kindness. Lesson 5. Avoid greed. Luke 12:15 warns us, life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. It's a tough one because, let's face it, we live in a world that tells us we always need more. But here's a little hack. Take a step back and look at what you already have. Practice gratitude. You'd be surprised how quickly the desire for more fades when you focus on what truly matters. Lesson 6. Plan and prepare. Luke 14:28-30 is all about counting the cost before starting something big. It's about having a plan. Write down your financial goals no matter how big or small. Maybe it's saving for a home, paying off a loan, or taking a dream trip. Break it into steps and track your progress. Planning doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be intentional. Think of it as giving your dreams a roadmap. Lesson 7. Work hard and be diligent. Colossians 3:23 says, work heartily as for the Lord. It reminds us that our work, no matter what it is, matters. Hard work isn't just about earning a paycheck. It's about using your gifts to make a difference. Look for ways to grow in what you do. And remember, even small efforts add up. Lesson 8. Avoid laziness. Proverbs 13:4 says, the soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing. Ouch, right? It's a gentle nudge to get moving. Start with one small habit. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier or finishing one task you've been avoiding. Success comes from stacking these little wins. Lesson 9. Trust in God, not riches. 1 Timothy 6:17 reminds us not to put our hope in wealth but in God. Money is a tool, not a safety net. When I feel stressed about finances, I try to pause and pray. It's a way to realign my priorities and remember who's really in control. Lesson 10. Integrity in finances. Proverbs 11:1 says, "A false balance is an abomination." It's about honesty and fairness in all we do. Whether it's a business deal or splitting a bill with friends, integrity builds trust, and trust is priceless. Lesson 11. Seek counsel. Proverbs 15:22 says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel." We don't have to figure everything out on our own. Find people you trust, mentors, friends, or financial experts. A fresh perspective can save you from costly mistakes. Lesson 12. Contentment. Philippians 4:11-13 says, "I have learned to be content in any situation." Contentment is a game changer. Start a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. You'll find that contentment grows the more you focus on what you have. Friend, these 12 lessons aren't just about managing money. They're about living with purpose, faith, and peace. Which one spoke to you the most? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.